It took me so long to make this video because I did not know that the things that are common sense to us in my third world country are literally topics of debate in the superpower America. Hey guys, my name is Alan Fox. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the infamous Charlie-Kirk debate. And you know the drill, every time that I get extremely mad during the video, I'm going to be donating $10 to charity. And this video is going to be awesome because my blood pressure is already through the roof. I think we should start this video with $10 already on there because my blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. I don't know what heinous day it was, what unlucky day it was that I was peacefully scrolling through my For You page when I came across Charlie Kirk. And I came across his debates. Normally it takes a lot to get me mad, but this man had my blood pressure through the roof within the first 5 seconds because of his opening line alone. Your opening line is supposed to be a fact that literally leaves your opponent shook. You're supposed to open with something so huge that your opponent is like, oh my god, what do I even answer to this? Charlie Kirk's opening line was, what does fetus mean in Latin?
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the I'm sorry, is this
it means little human being.
Congratulations, Charlie. You can finally graduate middle school because you just discovered that different languages exist in the world and similar words can mean entirely different things. Do you know what the N-word means in Korean? It means you. Y-O-U-U. So if I'm talking to a Korean person and they're calling me over and they're like, you come over, suddenly I'll be a black man because in English, that's what it means. And turkey in English means a bird. So if I look on a globe, I should find a giant bird on there, not a country. I should find a giant bird on there. And if my dog is pregnant, she has a little human being inside of her. If a fox is pregnant, there is a little human being inside of her because in Latin, it means little human being, and you truly in your heart of heart believe that fetus means little human being. So the fox and the dog and the dolphins and every other animal has a little human being inside of them. Okay.
Little human being.
Ooh, his smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specifically.
Got it.
Do you know what annoys me more than Charlie Kirk? His fans. Because if I had $1 for every single time I read a comment or watched a video talking about that girl and saying it was wrong of her to make that comment about his smile, how it must have hurt Charlie's feelings, or how so many people that are insecure about their smile must have been hurt by that comment, I would have had a lot of money to give away to charity. I would have had a lot of money. But that's not the problem. The problem is the fact that I did not see a single video, not a single comment talking about the victims. Talking about victims of assault and harassment. Not a single comment talking about how they must have felt when Charlie Kirk sat there and with his full chest said that if a 10-year-old is pregnant via assault, the baby would be delivered. Yes, the conversation was going hypothetically, but that man sat there and said that if a 10-year-old goes through rape, the baby would still be delivered. And the conversation was not about just any 10-year-old. The conversation was, what if it happens to your daughter? And he still said, yes, the baby would be delivered. And to add insult to injury, he does have a daughter. He does have a daughter. Let that sink in. He has a daughter, and yet he sits there and he says all those things. Every single night, before I go to sleep, I pray for a lot of people. I pray for a lot of people's health and well-being. Starting today, a new person would be added to that. Starting today, I would pray every single day that your daughter lives a happy life, that she never goes through anything terrible, and that she has a very healthy, happy, and secure life. Because she deserves that. Just like every other woman out there, just like every other man out there, just like every other human out there, she deserves a good life. And instead of your focus being about her happiness, her health, her welfare, instead of you focusing on catching the man that hurt her and punishing him, you would put her through that. God forbid if something happens to her, you would put her through that. If you were given the choice, you would make laws that would result in multiple women, multiple young girls going through that. you would make that law and you would vote for it. And as I sit here and I make this video, I am fully aware of the fact that a lot of people are going to make me the bad guy. Because that's just who his fans are. They would see him do this one thing and they would support him and they would not call him out for it. And they would say he's doing the right thing. But the moment somebody else does the exact same thing that he is doing, that person is wrong. That person is a loser. That person is not doing anything correctly because we saw it happen. We saw it happen in the Parker debate. Every single person in the comments, every single person talking about that debate is like, Parker was interrupting him. Parker was not letting him talk. Parker was making irrelevant comments. Parker was trying to confuse him. But isn't that exactly what Charlie did in almost all of the debates? Constantly interrupting, constantly making facts like, what does it mean in Latin? And constantly trying to confuse the other person. Isn't that what he did in every other debate? And yet the moment somebody else gives him a taste of his own medicine, they're the bad guy. Because, oh my God, how can Charlie be a bad guy? How can Charlie ever do anything wrong, right? How could he ever do any wrong? And he's the most educated person. These college students, oh, they were stupid. They did not know what they were talking about. But Charlie, he is so well educated and he is the only one who should have the right to talk about these things. Which doesn't make sense to me. It is bad enough that we have men who have never experienced being a woman, who have never experienced pregnancy, who have never experienced abortion. They are the ones making laws for us. It's weird to me that Charlie is the one who is highly educated enough to talk on the topic. I think it's so bizarre that he even has a platform to begin with. As a matter of fact, most politicians and most people that talk about laws and that make laws should not even be in that job to begin with. Because do they even qualify for the job? Is Charlie Kirk a doctor? Is he a woman? Has he ever been pregnant? Has he ever had an abortion? If he has not done any of those things, how is he educated enough to talk about it? Oh, but he has studied about it. So you're saying that studying about something as a normal human and studying about something and getting a degree and becoming a doctor is the same level of knowledge. So you're saying that educating yourself about something and actually experiencing it are the same thing. Charlie Kirk is not educated enough, and neither is he biologically legible enough to talk about this topic. He is not educated. That man does not have a uterus. That man has never been pregnant. That man has never had an abortion. He does not know the pros and cons of getting an abortion or not getting one. He doesn't even have a fucking uterus. What makes him qualified enough to talk about a topic more than a woman or more than a person that actually knows what a fucking uterus and what a fucking fetus is? Because this man doesn't even know what that is. Because it always comes down to the simple conversation that men always get their nose where it doesn't belong. And I'm not talking about all men. I am not talking about all men. When I talk about men, I talk about men like Charlie. I talk about men who get their noses where they don't belong. I'm talking about the fact, the very simple fact, if men were the one getting pregnant, abortion would be legal. As a matter of fact, every single medicine related to it would not even require a prescription. It would be off the counter. And if men were the one that were more frequently assaulted than women, they would have already made better security systems and better punishment for rapists. And before any of you attack me and say men do get assaulted, I know. I have actually been very vocal about that. It actually pains me to know that most people don't even know that men also get assaulted. Most people don't even know that men get assaulted, and most times when men do get assaulted, it is not even considered as assault. I have always spoken up about this, and I have always tried to educate more people about this, that if a man is drugged, if a man is drunk and somebody sleeps with him, that is assault. If anyone ever does anything wrong to a man, that is harassment and that is assault, and most people don't talk about it. I have always been vocal about it, and I've always tried my best to fight for men and women equally. Notice how I don't care if the victim is a man or a woman. I have nothing against men. My father is a man. My brother is a man. My guy friends, a lot of them are men. My sons tomorrow are going to be men. Why would I ever have anything against men? I have nothing against them. I would fight for their rights. I would fight where they're right. I would fight and stand with them. Because they're humans. Because I'm a human and they're a human. So from human to human, I would stand with them. But notice how I only said that I would fight for their rights. I did not say I would tell them what to do. I did not say I would tell them what to do with their bodies. You would not find a single video on this channel talking about what men should do with their bodies. Because I'm not a man, so I would not be talking about that. Because I have actual functional brain cells and I graduated middle school and high school and college. So, I behave like an educated, sophisticated person. I don't stick my nose where it doesn't belong. Asking a person who is not a woman, who does not have a uterus, who has never experienced pregnancy or an abortion, is not a doctor, about what a woman should do with their uterus is like asking an engineer to perform a surgery. Yes, it doesn't matter that the engineer is so educated. He is unqualified for this job. And that's exactly the case with Charlie Kirk. And lastly, but most importantly, the reason I made this video was the fact that it should not have even been a debate to begin with. It should not have even been a debate to begin with because as America has so many other problems, it doesn't make sense to me that this is their top priority. They sit there and demand women to birth children with that healthcare system, with that education system, with the inflation, and with all the other terrible things happening. They want women to bring a child into this world. It doesn't matter what the woman's age is. It doesn't matter if she's able to take care of the baby or not. No. She should bring a child into this world, completely modify her body and her life forever, spend years raising that child just to send him to a school and have him die in a school shooting. You want to give up my body, my love, a piece of my soul. You want me to raise it for years just to send it to school or the mall or freaking even down the street and have his dead body return. Your focus should be getting rid of inflation, improving the healthcare system, improving the education system, and getting rid of guns. And yet your main focus is that we should bring more humans into this world just so they can die in random shootings. And once again, I don't have any beef with America. I'm not sitting here saying it's the worst country and nobody should be living in it. I actually want it to be livable. I actually want you to make America a livable country without inflation, without all the other terrible things, without shootings, with good healthcare. Those are basic human rights. You're talking about human rights. You're talking about a baby inside a uterus's right to live. Are you letting people live? With the healthcare system and with the inflation, are you letting people live? That baby is literally going to come out of that uterus and curse at you. Improve living conditions and people would actually want to bring babies into this world. It's as simple as that. And this goes for every single country that is currently struggling with telling women to birth babies. Little human being. That was it for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give me a like. Also comment below and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. I am open to all comments and I would not interrupt you. I will listen to you. So yeah, let me know all of that, and also subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload, and also follow me on my Instagram and TikTok. They're both at Ellen Fox. On my Instagram, I'm going to put up a highlight where I'm going to give you guys like a proper graph or proper like digits for how much money I am going to be donating to charity, because I don't do this. Like every time I'm done with a video, I immediately take the money and I'm like, gotta give it away. I don't behave like that. I let that money sit and I tell people around me, like a lot of my parents and a lot of other people around me, they know that, I do charity work. So I'm like, hey, if anybody needs surgery or they have bills to pay or any other thing that they might need help with, let me know. So anytime anything comes up, I give them money. I recently helped build some roads. I help with someone's surgery. So, I do these different kinds of things. Like we sometimes build shelters. It really depends on what comes up and where around the city or around the country we see that somebody needs help. So we've even made like international donations. Well, we being me and my parents. So because I do it through them, I ask them like, hey, any kind of help I can provide. So yeah, we really sit and wait and we're like, okay, let's see where we can do this. So I will be providing you proper information in my highlights about how much money is supposed to be donated, how much is donated, and what we have donated it on. So if you want proper information on that, you can head over to my Instagram. And yeah, that is it. I'm the only other fox in this world. And I guess some good comes out of anger. I realized that I get pretty angry about a lot of things. And I was like, we need to do some good out of it. It's wrong to get angry. It's wrong. So I'm really glad that we're doing this. Well, I'm doing this. And you're watching the video. That's where I get the money. So we're doing this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.